How do you manifest more confidence so you feel you deserve all of your dreams? Well, first of all, you have to figure out why you think you don't deserve your dreams. That might just be a block and a limiting belief. Like we all deserve our dreams. We are all worthy. Maybe somebody said something to you in school, a teacher or something. I remember, and it's amazing how something can impact you. When I moved from California back to Ireland, I was like in second or third class, and we were doing geography, and I had to read a place in County Cork, which I think is called Youghal, but I think it's spelt like Youghall or something like that, right? I probably. Anyway, I said U-Haul, and the whole class erupted. And I was so embarrassed. And I know it sounds like a bit minor, but I was really embarrassed, such that afterwards I didn't like reading out loud in case I made a mistake because people laughed at me. And it's really funny what sticks in our head. It's amazing. And I'll give you another example. We were in Lanzarote in October, and we were at a particular resort. I was there with my friends and my two older kids, and my son loves football. He's football mad. He's 6. And he's really sallow because his dad is half Armenian. And he was in the football camp. And after the first day, he told me he's not going back. And I was like, what are you talking about? This is like you love football. He was like, nope, not go back, not go back. And I was just like, what's going on here? And I didn't want to push him. Oh, I don't even know what you're supposed to do when you're parenting. Do you push them, make them do it, make them do hard things? I don't know. But anyway, he did not want to do it. And I was like, oh, look, I'm not going to have this fight with him. We're on vacation. I wanted him to enjoy his time here. And yesterday, he was sitting at the kitchen table. So this is now 2 months later, a 6-year-old. And he said, you know, when I was in football camp on holidays, this boy said to me he didn't like the color of my skin, which was probably a younger boy that was around his age. And I was like, now I get it. Now I get it. Someone said something to you. You might not remember what somebody said to you, but there could be something. You just don't know. Teachers saying that you're not good enough, you'll never amount to anything. Parents saying that to you. You know what happened to me recently? I think this is terrible, but it's the truth and it happened. And I'm like all about transparency here. So there was podcast awards, and I was like, I really want to win first. You know, I want to win best new podcast, blah, 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 blah. And then the podcast awards stopped. They were like, okay, we're not doing podcast awards in Ireland. So I forgot about it. And then they came back and I was like, oh, cool. They are doing them now. But I didn't really care so much anymore about winning a podcast award. But then what happened was I got shortlisted. For the podcast, and I thought, oh, I'm shortlisted. I'm going to win this. Like, maybe I'll win this. But I didn't have a huge belief, but I was like, maybe. But it didn't matter either if I did or I didn't, because I love podcasting. So anyway, turns out they had the awards like at the end of December. I wouldn't have been able to make it because of all the kids and all that stuff. And I was runner-up, so second. And I found out this like in the new year. And sorry, I'm sniffling. I'm a little bit sick, or I seem to be coming down with something. And I got runner-up. And I remember thinking, like, all right, whatever. And I, like, which is just ridiculous. And I said to my husband, oh, by the way, I got runner-up in the podcast awards. And he looked at me and was like, wow, well done. That's amazing. And I just responded, well, it's not first. And I immediately caught myself and I was like, oh my God, I know a lot of people do this inner child work. Oh, it's probably something that I need to do because I'm so reluctant to do it. But I believe, I don't think about it as me as a child. I think about it as my kids. And I would never say something like that to them. Ever, ever, ever. I would say I was so proud of them. How amazing was that? getting second place. But when I was a kid, my dad had really high standards, which I can kind of understand now. I get it. But like, let's say if I got 95% on something, he would say, oh, where's the other 5%? Like it needed to be the top. So I was always told it needed to be the top. And it's kind of funny because he never put like lots of pressure on me to study or anything like that because I was studious myself. So remember that, like that. So that's something that I said. I immediately caught myself and I was like, I know where that came from. I know that I felt like unless I got the top, it wasn't good enough. Because that's the way it kind of came through in my life as a kid. And then it came through like this, like like this is the shit kids do. And this is the shit you do as a kid, right? We used to make home videos when I lived in LA for my aunts and uncles and Nana and Granda back in Ireland. And there are these videos of me and my sister. I was always so jealous of her because she was a year older and she was really good at swimming and sports. And we were in swimming. And there are these videos of us and we're talking about where we placed in swimming, the swimming competition. Like my sister was so good. She made the LA Olympic trials when she was 12. She was that good. I wasn't that good. But my sister would be like, I got second in the backstroke, but I got first in freestyle. And then I came fourth. Like she'd be telling what happened. And I was like, I got first in freestyle. I got first in this. And she looks at me. There's a video of it. She's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Like I was blatantly lying about my achievements. So like, and that stems back to like, if you're not at the top, you are not good enough. So think about what might be coming up in your background. But I also think once you become aware of it, that's actually really good.